when you switch your engine off, and you'll if it's bad, you'll hear the hiss of the air coming out of some of the O-rings at some point when it's obviously when the engine's off. You can't really hear it with it on. And you'll probably find as well when you get in the truck the next morning, if it's lost its air overnight, it's probably got a leak somewhere. So there's a few clues that let you know. Yeah, if you're out and about on the road, chances are it won't be a desperate thing. As in, it won't just lose its air. You know, the compressor should keep up with topping the out, but you don't really want to leave it that long, obviously. So it is, I think, therefore useful if you're on an extended trip anyway to carry some spares. So first, I guess the O-rings then. This is an old O-ring example, and what happens? They go really like hard and brittle. So yeah, when you pull your O-ring out, this is probably what you'll find. These crumbs. So obviously this is why they go brittle and not very rubbery, and then they just get cracks in them. And look at that, they just snap that easily. So yeah, that's what happens when an O-ring becomes 20 or 30 years old. And I think it's sometimes difficult to get exactly the same O-ring, but you can get things that look very similar. So for this one, for example, I think the main ones you need are basically going to be these ones. You've got the BS112, the nitrile ones. I think the nitrile ones are the ones you're meant to get. I don't know, you let me know in the comments if I'm wrong with that, but I think this is what's recommended. So BS112, and I'll put in the little diagram in something in. I'll insert something to show you what it's equivalent to the old ones, because I think the difference is some of these are metric and some are imperial, and you'll have, like, basically you might have the right, you got to get the inside diameter right, the outside diameter, and obviously they're from the thickness, of course, to the old one. So these are quite good matches, what people have found. You got the BS110, 110. And also you're likely to need this one as well, the BS108. So the 108, 110 and 112 are the ones you're probably going to need. For belt and braces, I also bought some kits. I've got a metric and an imperial kit. See if I can open this. And this was just in case there was something else missing that I needed. I got a full kit of different ones, just in case there was some, I found there was an equal, some random size which wasn't covered by these. I thought I'd get some of these. So they're all, I think that's the imperial one. I've also got a metric one as well. So again, you can get these kits. So anyway, that's the O-rings. I'll put those there. Suggest you get some spares of those. Keep them sealed up, nice and clean and dry. You're going to need some lubricant when you put them on. Don't put them on dry. This is just a silicone grease called Super Lube. You only need a little bit, like that. What else are you going to need? To get them out, it's useful to have some picks. You get a little pick set like this from Toolzone. Cheap, cheerful, not much. I don't know, about £8 or something. But obviously you're going to need to pick the old ones out. As you'll see in the video, you can see us using some piece of welding wire to get them out, because I didn't have the tool at the time. But I've got a little set of picks like this. There are some people using these clamps. These are like C-clamps, and they're like a plastic clamp, and you can basically put it around the pipe. If you're in a tight spot, you can put it round to hold the pipe while you're putting the fitting in. So they can be quite useful, though I've not used them myself, as you can see, still in the box. And this is not a desperate, you don't need this, but this is a special tool for, you know, basically there's a collar on the end, on the fitting, there's a collar, and you've got to compress the collar. And only once you compress the collar can you pull the pipe out, and this is just a tool for compressing the collar on them. If you're in an awkward area and you can't get to it, then it comes obviously different ends on it as well. Or what I did, you can use some pump pliers as well if you haven't got that. This just more risk of mangling up your fittings with this, but you can use that. So that's kind of it. So that's what I'm going to keep. In terms of where I got these from, I can't remember where I got these from, but I'll try and put something in the link. But these fittings here came from Simply Bearings, and I bought these a few years ago actually. So the prices might have gone up, but you can see what they are now. If you look at what they are, if you want to pause the video, hopefully you can see that. If you do want to check what the old ones are, if you want an exact match, you can obviously just use vernier or something like that to see exactly what the old ones are, as I've done here. If you're really anal, and try and find the most equivalent from the box. If you've got a big box, you know, and you didn't get some individual ones like that, you can do that. I think one of the guys, was it Ben? Someone on the forum did some measurements of these anyway, so I'm not going to repeat all that because his work was better than mine. But yeah, it just gives you an idea. You can if you want to match them up, you can do a little bit of further work, or you can just eyeball them. In most cases, you can just pick the old one out, and if you've got these ones I just showed you, you eyeball it and you know what it is. Right, so right, onwards. I'm going to show you how I change them. Right, well, we're troubleshooting now. We're behind the cab now. Got the panel off here. That end panel, we're trying to get this panel out now, and you can see we've got one air leak down there on that push fit. But there's another one, a bigger one, you can hear hissing down there. So we're just going to get this panel out now. So everything bolts out relatively easy, but it's obviously creating a bloody mess. But we'll get all this out now. Our kids helping, my brother's helping us with this. Here he comes. Trouble. Brother's got a daft just like this as well, so he knows what he's doing. See, like a little pig. That's it. So if I just take an example of these airlines, you can see these ones kind of run. I think they're going from to the switches in that behind that panel. You've got like they're labelled up, so you can see which end corresponds to which other end, if you know what I mean. So you match the colours and the numbers up. But yeah, what the fittings look like? They look like this. If I can show you that, if it'll focus. Obviously, there's just push fits in there. But there's basically a collar on there, and this collar there, for example, if I show you that, and basically you've got to push this collar inwards, and as you push that in, this will pull out. So it's a bit like a John Guest fitting, basically. It's exactly the same principle. I've got a bit of fuel line here. This is a new fuel line that's been made up. As you can see, still got to fit this one. That's a new one, but this is the old. I forget which one this is now. Actually, it's a bit long, isn't it? Anyway. That's a new fuel line with hydraulic hose, and this is an old piece of fuel line. But again, same principle on the fuel line as the airlines. You can see there's this this collar, and as you push the collar in, it's difficult to do one hand, but you push it in, he says, and the fuel line will come out. So how do you push that in with one hand? Well, you use two. I'll show you that. But anyway, if you're going to struggle, the thing is, this is easy when it's on your lap, obviously. But when it's stuck down there and it's a tight space and you can't get something in, that's when it gets a bit more complicated to get to them, to push them in. But that's basically all you do. You push it in. So what I'll do, we'll go and take this inside, and I'll show you what it looks like on the inside, and then I'll show you how to swap the seals on it. Right, so I thought what I'd do is just show you an example of how to change these air fittings. This is actually a fuel line, but it's the same principle. I don't recommend, by the way, you do change these. I mean, you could, if you wanted to do, just change these O-rings on your fuel lines, but just go and get the ones that Matthew Payne and everyone else recommends about the other hydraulic ones. So I'm not recommending swap. I'm just using this as a good example. It's big enough to show you basically an example of what to do. But basically, if you've got basic tools like some pump pliers, I mean, you can just push these in with your hands. Normally, and they'll pull out. So you're pushing the collar in, they'll pull out. If not, all you need to do is get your pump pliers on there, and again, you can push the collar in enough to get them out in most cases. So yeah, if you look in there, I don't know if you can see. Maybe I'll just show you on this phone. So you can see what's in there. There's basically the O-ring will be in there somewhere if there's anything left of it. Difficult to see, but basically you've got to pull this collar out. Let's have a look. You're better off really with some long nose pliers. What you can do, you can get, make sure you've got long nose pliers, these are better, but basically just grab the end of that and then it should just pull out. So you can see that's the fitting for it, it's just pulled out. Keep that there. Now if you look in here, you'll see the O-rings, if I show you on here. And now you pull this collar out. Basically that just goes in there, that pulls out with some pliers. In there you'll see the O-ring. What you do, you get one of these picks basically, and you go in there and all you're really doing is fishing out for the O-ring. Trying to tease it out. You might find as you're pulling them out they start breaking up because they will be brittle at this point because they're old. It just wants to break up. Right, okay. Right, so if you look in there, that's completely out now. It's a case of trying to find an O-ring that's the same size as that. So if I look here in my box of tricks, it's probably, I think it's this one. No, that one. Yeah, it's probably that one. So all you want to do really is get some of this grease. This is the 112 O-ring. So you just get a little bit of this grease on your finger, a bit without any grit, rub it on there, like that. And then you are just pushing it back in basically. You just want to get it back in so it seats properly. So if you can see that new black ring is now in, sat down at the bottom. Then you get your collar. And you just push that collar back in. Then you put your pipe back in. Just check your pipe. You might have some scoring in the pipe. It's usually all right. If it's too badly scored there, you might just want to consider if you've got enough length to cut the knack a bit off. But usually will be all right. If you do want to cut it, you get some proper tube cutters that make sure it's, cut it square. And then you just basically push, as you're pushing it on, just make sure you push the collar in again, if you can do, and just feed it on. And that's done. So yeah, if you didn't want to change all your fuel lines, this is a quicker option. But I wasn't really, like I said, I'm not recommending it for fuel lines. It's just better off to sort the fuel lines out if you can. But if you're in a pickle, if you're broken down and you're really in a pickle, and you've got your spare kit like this, you could easily swap that, and then you're off on your way again. So that's a lot tighter now. You can just feel it. It's just not swiveling as much. This one's, you just feel like, see how it's swiveling, dead loose. This one, now really tight again. So that probably lasts you another 20 years now. So you always talk about changing your fuel lines. Well, I don't know. I've changed mine, but yeah, this will probably last you another 10, 15 years. So it's like how much effort do you want to go to? Anyway, thought that might be useful for you. Yeah, so that's all you need. That's all you need. Dead easy job.